Oh, welcome everybody to this week's episode of MTN Outdoors. I'm Andy Curtis, and it's finally archery hunting season here in Montana, and I'm assuming you're watching me right now instead of out actively hunting, which I very much appreciate. So in tonight's episode, we'll feature some stories that hopefully give you the edge while out in the mountains this season. Like some tips and tricks on first aid in the backcountry. We'll take a look at the unique relationship between magpie and elk. And with this extreme heat we've been dealing with all over the state this summer, we'll take a look at how you can preserve your wild game meat after a successful hunt. That is, if you're a good shot.
With temperatures expected to stay in the 90s all week and potentially even climb into the triple digits, hunters right at the beginning of hunting season may experience unique challenges due to the weather. Extreme heat will sweep through Montana right as bow season begins. Hunters need to take extra steps to preserve their harvest.
If you do happen to harvest an animal this time of year, it's really imperative that you get the skin off, the guts out, and get it chilled as quickly as possible.
Skinning it immediately is almost a necessity. Getting the meat into some sort of coolers or refrigerator or a walk-in cooler if you have access to that. Having a processor lined up.
These steps will help prevent the meat from spoiling. But as open season begins on larger animals, the best course of action is to wait until cooler temperatures arrive.
Don't harvest the animal. That's the most humane thing you can do, because packing an animal out, you get an elk with, say 200 pounds of meat, you're not going to get that all out in one trip, and by the time you get back, it's going to be spoiled.
Unless you really have everything lined up really well, give it another weekend. It's going to cool off. Hunting, we have months of hunting season. We have 3 or 4 months ahead in some cases, so give it a break if you really aren't prepared for it.
Because heat spoils meat in minutes, scouting now is a good alternative, though it may be tougher to find game.
If we were to get some moisture and some cooler temperatures, then the animals are going to move a little more freely. They're going to be a little further away from water. If we get much moisture at all, then they'll find little rivulets, little mountain springs to drink out of, and they'll be a little more dispersed.
High temperatures also bring forth other risks, those spending time outdoors need to be aware of. With
the extreme temperatures that we have and the winds that are just the way the forecast looks, there's red flag warnings for fire. So to be out, be really conscious of where you're parking, where you're driving, if you're even allowed to drive. Some landowners may not, check with the landowner. They may not want you out there when fire danger is as high as it is right now.
From Great Falls, Owen Skornick-Hayes, MTN News.
And if you have some thoughts on elk or elk hunting here in the state, Montana Fish, Wildlife and Parks would like to hear what you think, virtually.
FWP is revising the statewide elk management plan, and right now they are gathering input on current elk population objectives and other local challenges the elk management plan could address. On September 26th, FWP staff will have a statewide question and answer session about the plan and current process via Zoom. You must register by noon on September 25th in order to participate in the meeting, and you can do that on the Montana Fish, Wildlife and Parks website. You can also leave feedback and comments about the elk management plan on that very same FWP website. Public comment is due by October 15th.
Nature documentaries have always highlighted the unique relationship with African oxpeckers standing on the backs of Cape buffalo, giraffes, or zebras, picking off protein-rich parasites from their skin or fur, creating interesting and extraordinary visuals. But we can see a similar relationship right from our homes. Magpies have been spotted sitting on the backs of elk and feeding on ticks from their fur. Interactions like this in nature are described as mutualism because both parties involved are benefiting. The magpie is getting a meal, and the elk is getting freed up from parasites. This is a relationship you just wouldn't initially expect to see. This large-bodied mammal and tiny in scale bird hanging out in the grass of some meadow. Now here's the even crazier part. These interactions don't just happen with any old elk or magpie. It actually depends on what kind of personalities each individual has. Research has found that for these relationships to form, the elk would have to be considered shy and then be paired with a bold magpie. This means that the shy elk has to be tolerant of the magpies, essentially saying it may be too shy to scare the magpie off and not let it land on its back. While on the other hand, a shy magpie probably doesn't have the courage to land on such a large creature, so the more brave or bold ones will be the ones on the backs of elk. The shy elk and bold magpies may have a good relationship, but for their distant cousins, it's a different story. Ravens have actually been seen ripping the fur off elk to use as material for their nests, something that's not benefiting the elk in any way and probably doesn't feel that great either. Elk aren't the only ones that get to soak up the benefits of their flying companions. Magpies have also been seen removing ticks on the backs of moose and wild horses. Moose most likely benefit more from this relationship than elk. This is because elk are habitual groomers that will usually have fewer ticks on them, while moose aren't habitual groomers and will likely have substantially more ticks on their bodies because of this. Magpies are among the most intelligent birds in the world, but aren't the only birds that have been seen doing this in the US. Scrub jays have also been observed removing ticks off deer, and both scrub jays and crows have groomed wild boars. I'm Tanner Salt for Newsy.
Especially living here in the Flathead Valley, where we have numerous outdoor recreation activities. A course like this is invaluable in learning basic wilderness first aid and how to do things like manage wound care and really help to recreate in the wilderness more safely.
In the 3-day wilderness first aid class through Flathead Wilderness Medicine, students learn everything from CPR to wound care and splinting techniques and how to avoid getting into situations where there is a possibility for injury.
It's really important information. Especially here, we have a lot of wilderness area, a lot of activities that you can do that may involve some risk in the wilderness. And so I think it's just good information to have.
Students learn these skills through lectures, acting out scenarios, and hands-on activities. Although this is just training, Johnson tries to make the class as real as possible by using different techniques, like pig's feet, to practice wound care because it's similar to human skin.
Tasty.
Okay.
We try to make it as real life as possible. I think it ends up being a lot of highlight for people's classes are these scenarios because they can be entertaining. But also we try to make them serious and add some stress to it because you run into a accident or something like that. It is very stressful. So we try to get them serious, but inevitably they end up being pretty fun as well.
Classes like these typically happen in the spring and fall to prepare tour guides for the various seasonal outdoor tours in Montana. But the knowledge gained through this course is valuable for anyone who recreates outdoors.
Whether it be for myself and my friends and family when we're recreating in the backcountry, or if we happen to come across something while we're out, really gives the confidence and excitement that I'll be able to make a difference.
In Kalispell, Kiana Wilson, MTN News.
Hopefully while you're out archery hunting, being bear aware is just second nature. But you might want to start thinking about it too the next time you're in the Shodo area. MTN's Brianna Juneau has our story.
Lions and tigers and
grizzly bears.
oh my.
You really got to be heightenedly bear aware this time of year.
When a young grizzly bear was spotted near the town of Shodo, locals were quick to jump into action.
It was first originally seen by one of the city employees who was heading into the water treatment plant to go to work. So Fish, Wildlife and Parks was notified, and Teton County Sheriff was notified, and they notified our City Works people to start blocking off some of the streets on the south end of town.
Safety was, of course, the city's #1 priority, and luckily no one was hurt.
It is unusual to see bears in town, but it's not unusual to see bears. I mean, on any given night, if you take a drive east or west of town, or north or south of town, you're probably going to see a bear of some sort. But this close to town, yes, it is unusual.
It wasn't the first time a bear was seen a little too close to home.
We had one in the park a couple Marches ago, early spring, bear coming out of hibernation. It was a young female. This is the pavilion, so we're actually right here. So we had the bear had come through the park this way. The kids were camping back over in here.
Berries, a water source, and thick brush is the perfect place for animals like bears to dwell.
So there's plenty of area for them to be. Their internal clock's telling them right now it's time to eat, put on weight, get ready for winter.
For now, the bear hasn't been found, but authorities are on high alert just in case Mother Nature takes him back into town.
I just want our residents to know it is a priority for us to keep you guys safe.
Living in Montana, it may not be uncommon to see wild animals taking a trip through our urban cities, but always remember to admire them from afar and report the wild visitors when you see them. And shout out Brianna Juno, MTN News.
Welcome to MTN Outdoors.
Park Lake is a very popular recreation spot just outside of Helena. But this fall, the lake's going to look a little different. But it's for a good reason.
A pretty damn good reason, actually. The earthen dam at Park Lake is set for some TLC after increased water seepage was noticed during one of the dam's annual inspections. Not an emergency right now by any means, but it's a pretty good sign that it's time to do a little work on this piece of Montana history.
This dam goes back to the late 1800s and was built by Chinese immigrants that contributed largely to Helena's success. Placer mining was a big part of how Helena acquired its wealth, and the damming basically allowed a sustainable water source for that mining activity.
To repair the dam, the water level in Park Lake must first be lowered to ease stress on the structure. But this must be done while also easing stress on the ecosystem, specifically this species of fish.
So a plan is being developed right now for how to bring down water levels, whether it's kind of pumped and dispersed. We're working closely with Fish, Wildlife, and Parks to figure out a plan that will mitigate impacts on the Arctic grayling, which are a really important fish species that are bred here and distributed to different restoration projects in the state.
Now, a timeline for the entire project is not set in stone just yet, but it looks like it will begin this fall.
So right now, we're going to be closing the gates for the public on September 7th. September 8th, we're anticipating a formal closure to go into effect. That way, when heavy machinery is in here and the water levels are being brought down, the workers will have space to do that. But yeah, so we're planning to do that in September.
The full repairs to the dam and the area are set to take a few years to complete. And according to the Forest Service, the impacts to the campground and picnic area will be shared as the design and the logistics to the project are finalized.
Across Montana, the state's conservation districts are partnering with landowners on conservation projects both big and small. Like here on the north shore of Lake Helena, where earlier this year they started restoration work on about 600 feet of the shoreline.
We've been doing these projects for a couple of years now, and we've been able to establish this base of landowners on the North Shore here that kind of have knowledge of what we're doing, and they've helped each other out on these projects, which is really huge for everybody, and they're also a really good advocate for doing this kind of work moving forward.
The Lewis and Clark Conservation District teamed up with 2 landowners and crews of volunteers to plant willows along the shore. It benefits the landowners by reducing what they lose to erosion, and the conservation benefits include improved water quality and wildlife habitat.
Hopefully in 10 years you come back and this is just a really dense stand of willows that has created a really resilient shoreline here.
Montana has 58 conservation districts, each with an independent budget. They raise money through local property taxes and through state grants. But leaders say for many districts, funding remains an obstacle to their work.
We've had some pretty severe turnover with the staff at the conservation districts statewide, and it's partially because of funding issues.
Montana's Environmental Quality Council has been doing a study on conservation districts' funding in response to declines in coal tax revenues that have supported them. One proposed bill they're considering would increase the baseline state funding to smaller districts and start directing some marijuana sales taxes to replace coal revenues. Chris Evans with the Lewis and Clark Conservation District says they're not as reliant on state funding as smaller districts are, but this proposal could still be an important step.
What it does is it floats everybody's boats a little bit higher. We believe that functional conservation districts across the state who can do the project work that they want to do with the funding that benefits the greater population, it's valuable.
At Lake Helena, Jonathan Amberian, MTN News.
Every hiker knows to prepare for sudden changes when you're headed into the backcountry. No matter your level of experience, Mother Nature can still catch you off guard.
Completely swallowing up the earth.
Sebastian Petzing and his friends are always chasing adventure.
Aside from our usual summit backpacking trips, we decided to go to the beaten path because it's never treated us wrong before.
In June, Adventure called them to the Beartooth Mountains for a late spring hike.
The plan was to backpack to Elk Lake, set up our base camp, and then just day hike from there as far up the trail as we could.
The group expected spring conditions, but not a historic natural disaster.
Right when we woke up the next morning, we noticed that Elk Lake had risen, water had risen a couple feet just overnight. The trail was just completely gone, and we were witnessing trees falling into the water and being swept downstream, like large, full-grown trees. That was the point at which we realized, oh, this is not your normal high water.
The Beaten Path is a 26-mile backpacking trip through the heart of the Beartooths, which takes hikers by several stunning lakes. Elk Lake is one of those lakes, and Petzing saw it rise 2 feet overnight. Now, hydrologists say the popular lake is all but gone.
It's a popular lake for fishing and things like that. You'll see those pictures online or whatever of someone fishing on a rock off of Elk Lake, and it's not really there.
Jake Chaffin with the Custer Gallatin National Forest says the Forest Service spent the summer mapping significant changes to the Beartooth-Absaroka backcountry as a result of the June flooding event.
Yeah, the volume of water moving through there was, significant enough that it basically appears eroded the outlets of those lakes.
The other lake Chaffin and area hikers saw transformed this summer is Island Lake above the popular Mystic Lake. Peyton Langley shot this drone footage of the lake on the 4th of July, and hikers say it's already shrunk about 50% from when this video was recorded. Big changes that most could never have imagined were even possible. And for backcountry adventurers like Petzing and his friends, a reminder to always be prepared.
It's incredibly important to have some sort of backup plan if your know-how and your experience isn't enough to combat the effects of something like a natural disaster.
In Billings, Jackie Coffin, MTN News.
The old Yellowstone Trail, starting here at the trailhead at Washington Street in Deer Lodge, is a 10-mile trail that treks all the way to Garrison.
These are the final punch list things to open it up and just put the last icing on the cake for everything. So
after 5 months of construction, Jeremy Mickey, owner of P3M, puts the finishing touches on the old Yellowstone Trail.
That'll go along with these 2 concrete benches and then the recycled plastic bench. They'll go at key points that they've picked out for people to rest and hang out.
Amanda Cooley, the Powell County Planning Director, has worked hard with the county to make this trail a reality.
There's a ton of nature along the trails, so you can see birds. People have seen moose on the trail, and it crosses 2 active ranches, so you also kind of get a piece of that Montana agriculture.
That's where the trouble for the trail begins. The trail is laid on an old county road, and the first mile connects directly into the Grant Corps' Ranch National Historic Site.
There's an ongoing discussion with Grant Corps about how to handle the ownership, whether or not it's county controlled or if the national park has the domain over it.
Another section of the old county road crosses into property owned by Rock Creek Cattle Company in an area where active calving and branding occurs in the springtime. In June, a judge granted a temporary restraining order that stopped construction on the cattle company's property. But their request for a preliminary injunction was denied. This allowed the county to continue construction and finish it.
The county is optimistic that we can come to a resolution that benefits both parties because we do feel like it's an amenity that serves the entire community.
Rock Creek Cattle Company appealed the decision.
But for now, the public can enjoy biking and walking through the old Yellowstone Trail. In Deer Lodge, Caitlin Aguilez, MTN News.
Welcome to MTN Outdoors.
Welcome back, everybody. Here at MTN Outdoors, we're just as much about the things that grow outside as we are about hunting or fishing. And coming up in this next story, MTN's Ryan Gamboa will take us to a farm just outside of Craig that operates on the sunny side of things.
Applestem Inc. in Craig, Montana wrapped up their sunflower days, and the season's over for the attraction, but for the sunflower farmer in Montana, each year is a learning experience. It's a tale similar to Jack and the Beanstalk, except these seeds bloom sunflowers.
I mean, this is a flora sunflower that's grown for that single bloom, and because it was growing all by itself, it's just absolutely huge.
Raina Blackmon is a sunflower farmer in the agri-entertainment business, a crop that isn't commonly found in central Montana.
We advertise that we have over 20 different sunflowers growing out here. It's more like 30.
Applestem Incorporated in Craig attracts visitors from all over for the recently passed sunflower days. In only its second year of growing sunflowers, it's been challenging, especially for the American giant sunflower from Wisconsin that has yet to bloom.
There's a few catalogs that count a bud as a bloom, so it's 70 days to bud, and that isn't quite what I had in mind. I hoped it would be in bloom in 70 days so people could enjoy it.
Each year is trial and error for Blackmon. Fluctuating seed prices is the first hurdle. Oil sunflowers are cheap, around $1 per pound. Because Applestem likes variety, the dwarf and pollinus seeds run around $150 a pound.
Closer you plant the seeds together, the smaller the blooms are. So if you want a bloom that would work in a bouquet, you plant them about 8 inches apart and you'll get a bloom about this big.
The final hurdle is getting these flowers to bloom on time.
Maybe I need to plant it 2 weeks earlier.
Blackmon said the turnout to see sunflowers this year was not as anticipated, yet it's a venture that she's passionate about sharing with Montanans far and wide. At the end of the day, it's the little things that matter when growing these flowers.
Watching the people enjoy them, that's nice, but it is fun to come down here with a bucket and clip some for the house.
In Craig, Ryan Gamboa, MTN News.
Well, that should just about do it again for us here this week at MTN Outdoors. Thank you for spending some time with us. And remember, if you have any outdoor story ideas whatsoever, send me an email at andy.curtis@ktvh.com. I'll take a look at them and do my best to get them on the air. And until next week, stay safe, and I'll see you out there.
MTN, Montana's news leader.